What is happening, people? It's UNHOST here. Hope you guys are having a good day today, because today's episode of Facts, we're talking a little bit about enchanting. If you guys stuck with me yesterday, you guys would understand that we talked about armor and its enchantability options, as well as the more lesser-known things about armor and enchanting armor. Nevertheless, I told you guys yesterday that today's episode was either going to be about tools or weapons and their corresponding enchantments, or the possibility of their enchantments. But, being the ever-increasingly lazy person that I am, I decided to just use one enchantment for this episode. Of course, that enchantment is, yeah, you guessed it, fortune. It's probably one of the most sought-after enchantments in the game. And there's a lot of stuff that, well, I figured out that I didn't know. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. I've got a little array here of all the blocks and items that can be affected by the fortune enchantment. Go past them real quick. And these are the only blocks or items that can be affected whatsoever. Just to kind of explain the setup, on the bottom we've got the item or block that is able to be affected by fortune. Just above that, the little iron pillars. On the bottom we've got the name of that block and or item. And on the top is what the block or item yields whenever you have harvested it. So just real quick, let's go over every single thing that can be affected by a fortune enchantment. We've got coal ore, lapis lazuli ore, the ever so beautiful redstone ore, shiny diamond ore, the booger green emerald ore, and these 5 ores here are the only ores that can be affected by the fortune enchantment. Continuing right along, since we're in the 1.4 snapshot, we've got non-harvested carrots, juicy melon blocks, the nasty nether warts, glowstone blocks, tall grass, non-harvested wheat, as well as gravel. Yeah, no comment. So over here we've got 2 other variations of the tall grass, but we'll get to those a little bit later. I guess I'll clear this up real quick before people start crying, but yeah, the non-harvested wheat, that is just seeds. The fortune enchantment does not affect wheat itself. And while we're on it, the same thing goes for all 3 types of tall grass. So some of the items or blocks here only drop, well, a single piece of what they yield. Now, some other items before the fortune enchantment already drop more than 1. We'll go over that real quick. Now, naturally, coal ore only gives you 1 piece of coal per, but I just want to let you guys know something. It doesn't even have to do anything with this, but coal has a 2 and 3. Okay, let's go for 2 out of 3 chance to drop experience. Not every time you mine a piece of coal ore, you're going to get experience. So for every 3 times, you're probably going to get 2 that are going to drop XP. Now the only reason I guess that's important for this episode here is because the fortune enchantment, it's a big debate whether it actually drops more XP or has a chance to. There. So all the items you see here with the green block above them, naturally they only have a chance to drop 1 of whatever they yield. All the other items just have a little bit more. As for lapis, you can have anywhere between 4 and 8 natural lapis drop. I guess just as a little neat tidbit, I thought this was pretty funny. Lapis lazuli is actually 1.1 times more common than diamond. Just that one little smidge, that 1/10. That's how much rarer diamonds are than lapis. Congratulations. As for our redstone ore, it can drop anywhere between 4 and 5, naturally, pieces of redstone dust. Moving right along to carrots. Harvesting these bad boys without a fortune enchantment will give you anywhere between 1 and 4 natural drops. If you break open a melon block, you'll get anywhere between 3 and 7 natural drops. For netherwort, anywhere between 2 and 4 natural drops. And as for glowstone, 2 to 4 natural drops of the dust. And last but definitely not least, we've got wheat, which is anywhere between 0 and 3 natural seeds per drop. Okay, so now I've, for some reason, put a piece of red wool on the top of all the rest of them, as well as the light red wool, and the reason for that is because carrots, glowstone, lapis, melons, netherwort, redstone, and wheat, well, the seeds for wheat anyways, the maximum number dropped is increased by 1 per level of fortune enchantment. So if you've got a level 1 fortune tool and you harvest, and it's able to be harvested with that kind of tool, you can add 1 onto the max total, and there's a chance that it could drop that many. But on host, what's with the pink blocks? Well, they're not pink, they're light red, and the reason I did this is because these are limited. These blocks are limited. If you have a fortune enchantment, while glowstone can naturally drop 4 anyways, well, it's limited to 4 since, it's pretty much limiting you from getting infinite glowstone, more or less. So even though we're not really supposed to be talking about anything except for fortune, your best bet is to not go at glowstone with a fortune pick, but instead bring a silk touch pick and harvest your glowstone. Because even with the fortune enchantment, you're still running a risk of only dropping 2. Now the melon blocks are just a slightly bit different. While they can naturally drop 3 to 7, if you use your fortune enchantment at level 2, you can get a maximum of 9. But same with level 3 as well, if it's harvested. And the reason for that is probably because it only consists of 9 slices anyway, just to make a melon block. So over here we've got the awkward duck, the gravel. Using a fortune enchantment on gravel basically gives you a bigger chance to, well, get a piece of flint from it. If you harvest a gravel block with anything but a fortune enchantment, there's only a 10% chance that you get flint. Got it first try. It's usually not that lucky. Now say you're harvesting it with a level 1 fortune enchanted pickaxe, shovel, or axe. It's 14%. It only goes up 4%. So it's not that drastic of a change. Now if you got a level 2 fortune axe, pickaxe, or shovel, and you harvested your gravel here, it's 25%. Now if we move to a level 3 fortune enchantment, 100% of the time, you're going to be getting gravel. Voila. So as I stated earlier in the video, obviously the wheat is not affected, the amount of wheat dropped, but the amount of seeds dropped is pretty drastically changed. Now visually, you might not be able to see, I don't know, may only look like 1 seed is dropped, and that's because in 1.3 there was a change where similar items would group together. So just check your inventory, see how many you got. So we only had 8 spaces here, and we got 27 seeds. Some proper math. So let's move on to one of the most ridiculous blocks in the games, and that is the tall grass here. In my opinion, they make no sense. But there is a special equation for these, and for tall grass, the maximum number of seeds dropped is increased by 2 per level of fortune enchantment. But there's definitely a chance that it wouldn't drop any at all. So I got that straight from the wiki, and doing a little testing, yeah, it's very inconsistent. So I think there's some kind of, special equation for this, but it's not right on the wiki. So I'll do some more testing and check out the description below. I'll have some stuff that I missed or stuff that happened to go wrong or something like that right in there. So check that out. So moving back to glowstone, like I was telling you guys, it's much better to actually go ahead and use a silk touch pick, because as we can see here, let's make sure we get everything. Okay, so we just destroyed 8 blocks, I believe, and we are left with 1 short, unfortunately. And if we used a silk touch, we wouldn't have that problem. Now here's something that was new to me. I had no idea that fortune was at all affected by, well, these here. You can actually get an awful lot of these nether warts by using any kind of fortune device. I don't know why I never knew that. Maybe I just derped around and didn't know. Maybe it's new. I don't know. Most likely I'm just an idiot. So wow, yeah, we harvested 16 fully grown nether wart plants, and we got a good bit. So if you're going to be harvesting your nether wart, best go use a fortune tool. Oh, and just real quick, I'm derping really hard in this video. It's really late at night, and I'm awfully sorry, but I haven't gotten much sleep. Okay, so from 1 of the melons, we only got 4. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with our fortune enchantment. Busted 2 open? Yeah. That's pretty nice. So just busting 1 open regularly, there is no way you're going to get 8 or 9 of them. Check that out. We almost got 2 stacks. So definitely if you're harvesting your melons, if you're going to compact them in a little space, you might want to move them into blocks, but unless you use a fortune tool, you still wouldn't get 100% back, unfortunately. So now we move on to the lovely carrots. Now, some of you might think, well, carrots are affected by fortune, why not potatoes? I don't know. Maybe it's a bug, maybe something else. Maybe they fix it by the time you see this video. But they are probably not intended, because these are on the wiki as specifically being able to be affected by fortune. That's pretty nice. That's really nice. So naturally you can get 1 to 4 per regular harvest, but if you use any type of fortune tool, yeah, we almost got a nice stack on us. So the question a lot of you are waiting for, does experience, is it affected if you mine an ore? Does it drop more experience? And the answer is, it is confirmed as well that it doesn't anymore. Sorry guys, it used to, but now it doesn't. Not in this snapshot. Kinda sucks, but maybe you can go to Reddit and cry like everybody else, and we can probably get it back. We almost didn't have Emerald for exactly that reason. So if you've made it this far in the video, appreciate you. But yeah, go ahead and right now is the time to be going over to Reddit and suggesting to Dinnerbone what you want in Minecraft. Because he'll listen. Oh, he'll listen. But anyways, guys, I had no idea that these tiny Christmas trees could give you seeds. Dang, man. Now, these here, these dead shrubs, they cannot, if they're the ones that are on the sand. Now, the naturally occurring ones that are on land, or not sand, excuse me, they can be harvested for seeds. So for some strange reason, you have no tall grass and you just have these little Christmas trees and these little ugly dead shrubs, what do they call them? Yep, you can get seeds from them. I think that'll also be cool for a, for maybe like a custom map. Troll somebody into saying, eat the Christmas trees. Well, I'm nice and delirious now, and wow, I should probably record this, re-record it. Nah, I like when you guys see my derps. Okay, and the last test I want to do is using a fortune shovel on a testificate. That was real.